as a value. If you want to explain, let's say we all have names. You all know we all have names, name. But my particular name is my value. So Joshua, or Patience, or Luke is the value. So basically it's like, so this is how the code goes, like name equals Joshua. So basically like a container, but in that container is a value. Let's say initially you want to put an image, add an image on the screen, or want to specify the root. What I mean specify the root, I mean, let's say that you want to go to another page. So you're specifying, okay, if I click on this, you should send me to this page. I don't give you that. You can be able to do more things with your tags. Let's say you want to give an image, an SRC. There's source, lots of attributes. We have source, we have, what else? We have name, we have ID, we have class, there are lots of them. Attributes just enable you to take more control of your tag. There are a lot of attributes. We have SRC, like I said before. We have the class, the ID, we have placeholder. There are lots of tags for different things you want to do in HTML. So if you're looking for, okay, what are the more attributes and tags? What are the more attributes that you can find? You can check out W3 Schools. It'll show you how they use attributes to style, how they use attributes for a form. Just check them out. Another thing is that there are separate attributes for specific tags. Let's say you want to, I want to create an image. SRC is basically for doing an image, iframe, or audio. Or if I want to do other things like, I want to do a form. Name is for form. We have placeholder for form. We have type for form. There are lots of other things. For button, we have type. So there are, for the link tag, we have the href. So there are lots of attributes for different tags. SRC can be used for audio, video, and pictures. You can either import those pictures from either the web or on your local machine. And basically, as I said, attributes just allows you to have more control of your tag. So when I said href, you were wondering, what is href? Href means hypertext reference. You're basically referencing another page. So when you click it, it has to jump from one page to another. There are lots of attributes for every tags. There's attributes for image tag, attributes for a tag, attributes for anything you want to do in HTML. So let's get to the next section where I'll tell you how these attributes look like, how they work with tags, and even going to do a first style. Thank you. God bless you. And let's go over to the next section, showing you how the attributes work. And let me get into my project first. So if you are wondering where did this project come from, it was from my last video. So if what I've heard about, can you notice the attribute right here I talked about in the earlier session? It's href or href. I call it href, which is not the best way to call it. Just call it href. So this is how you can link pages to another I talked about previously. So now let's play around with more. So let's do an image. Okay. So first, what's an image tag? An image tag is a tag that allows you to import images using the SRC attribute. Remember that. So let me do an image. Remember the normal tag style image. And then I will go in here, yes, right here, and I'll put something called an SRC. So SRC is short for source. If you read, it's short for source. So like you're sourcing, you're importing a file. So then I already have a picture here. So let me get that picture. Okay, let me paste it here. It's a video about chicken nuggets. So what I'm going to do only is I'm just going to come right here and I am going to type in the source. So basically, I am just typing in the source of my photo. So I would recommend you make your photo this long so it can be easily ported. Don't put too much words in it, because it's just me that's doing that. Don't put too much words in your stuff. So now we've done. So let me open my Google Chrome and let's see what we got. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. Yes, this was done using what we call the attribute tags. So wow, this is getting me hungry. So as I was saying, this is what I was talking about when you could import images. So let's do one more thing. What else can I import? Let me see. Okay, let me get into this file. And when I was talking about the input name, this is what the input name was used for. So their name tag is actually a real name attribute. Is actually a real attribute in HTML. It is used for getting the name of a particular kind of tag. So, like, it's for basically used for inputs. We are doing database stuff to connect it to your MongoDB or your PHP database. MySQL database. You have to use that. So that's basically how the attribute works. I will show you more, but later on we're going to be using styles to the style attribute to do some CSS. So let me just show you what it is. Let me show you how it looks like and what it can do. So let's say I want to make my HTML colorful. I'm just going to color red. Now I'm not gonna get deep into this. I'm just going to show you how the attribute works. Color red. In later video, I'll show you how the whole CSS works. That's not the most ideal way to style your your tags, but it's the best way for beginners who don't understand how to link files, or there are other ways of doing CSS. There's actually a style tag that you can add there. So there are lots more. So in our next style video, we'll be talking about all of those. But right now, this is all about attributes. We talk about the src, href, and the other attributes we have. Let's say we have name, we have ID, class. So when you're using class, when I'll be talking about CSS, class has to be used mostly for, let's say, trying to link your file, to do your styles actually. So you don't just add code your styles here. You have a other style file where it will be linked using a link ref. And also in that later video, we're going to be using an ID, which is Visual Studio Code. So thank you for watching. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and press the like button. And bye. I'm Joshfortech, and today I'm going to be talking about random. So random, you probably heard of it in a movie or maybe somewhere else. Random is simply looping. I talked about loop in a previous video. You go check it out to create a random thing. So you simply give your computer, your software, an input, which means pick from somewhere to somewhere, and picks it. So I mean random. When I mean random, I mean generate anything. I mean numbers, I'm talking about food, and I'm talking about sentences. So today, the point I'm going to show you, I'm going to talk about is food. So you might be thinking, Joshua, how do you teach random to make food? But it is actually simple. I give it basically types of ingredients, and it creates recipes. I want to show you later, but let me just take a little bit into what random really is. So what is truly random? Let me give you an example. A random number. As I said earlier, it's basically giving inputs and it gives you an output. So what do I mean? I mean when you give it what to pick for. You can't just tell the laptop, go and generate something random. Unless it's working with very powerful AI. But you cannot really make the laptop give something without giving the laptop something. So you give it your inputs. Where am I supposed to pick from? 2 to 0, which is going to be, I don't know.
4 to 5, 5 to 7, 8 to 6. Wherever you want to pick from, it to go down, go up. It can either be a positive or be a negative number. So when I come to food or sentences, you need a tag. Well, let me talk about numbers. So to make all this, you give the input, you have to bring a new guy in town, which his name is Random. So of course random, it doesn't just work like that. It's actually from math and some complex calculation going on behind the screen that you don't know. But it just generates a random number. Have you noticed that when you want to do a random number, it might require you to do 100 minus 5 and it's just like bringing up values, or 100 minus 6, 100 minus 10. When you try random with numbers, you will see that specifically. So what we'll be talking about is food. How to generate sentences using random. It makes use of math and random, and I'll show you when I open my laptop. But right now, let me just tell you that this project is just you click a button and it gives you a food suggestion, and you really love the project. So enough talking. Let us see the project. Let us see how random works in real time. So guys, I'm going to be showing the project. So let's see my screen up right now. Okay. So this is the project. The project that we are all looking for. So, spoiler alert, I've told you, I've closed everything that this does. So let's look and let's see bad combos. I picked my eye. So, let's say bad combos. First, I guess I'll show you the code before I show you the project. So, let's get into it. So, to spoil everything that's going to happen in the real app, let's get into this. Now you can see all these big bands of code, all of them confusing, but it don't have one. Let's say that we use math and random sentences. Look at it. This is it right now. This is it. Math and random sentences. Are you going to be coding anything? If you want to make some new responses for the random, which is going to be passing all the values. The random is going to generate those values. You can just change this, guys, and everything is done. That's it. Let us pray. Let me first tell you what is going on here. So I have an HTML file. Let me show you. Okay, right here. Yeah, oh no, not this one. Let me open. Yeah, this is the HTML file. So this is for generating a snack, which is app1.js. I'm not getting to be confusing. So this is how it works. Let's get on down. This is where the real stuff goes on, where the old generation goes on. All this is just for beautification on the map running. So why do I use all these IDs? When you want to connect a JavaScript application to an HTML application, there must be a connection. Maybe it might be using a class or an ID. So my ID, I named it Fish2, and for the button between zero. So what this does is that it identifies, because I'm giving a particular ID. So when you apply it to JavaScript, it identifies the button you're clicking on. So you don't click another button and it gives the same input. So when I give that ID, it now references this one. I got it necessary because I don't know. You can change it if you want. When you get this project, which I'm going to put it on GitHub. So when you can change this whatever ID you want. As long as it's the same thing as this, you're fine. The project will work. Now all this is for snacks. Like create really bad food combos. So what is it going to do? It's going to mix maybe marshmallow, chocolate, and ice cream. I'm going to make a juice. I'm going to make a tapioca. Anything you want out of the input. I said the input that you give it. And I said, if I don't give it an input, what is it going to generate? I don't know. Nothing. So to make this thing work, you have to use math and random, as I said in the last time. But for this words, are called indexes. This is not really index, but it's just like a name to call this stuff. So I just call it index. Because index, it sounds different. Well, no, actually, there's only one index, the second index, and the third index. So you have to put this thing, like, how do I explain? I don't want to get this video get confusing, but it's just to hold the values. Simply, not anything more complex. Just to hold the values of what's right here, right now. All the values that comes out and that comes in. So now you might see all these spaces. You know, when I generate what I'm about to do right now, to tell you your project, when I generate this, you see what it does. So yes, we have this up here. Maybe I should I don't know. Yeah. So let's get for the real stuff. Okay, no. The real stuff. Yo, yam, egg, meat with water. This is not the snacks. Yeah, this is it. Here. So, it's just a very good combo. It's not that bad. When I get the snacks, now you know the real meaning of what you call bad. So, it's simple. It generates any food for you. Potato, egg, make it cook. Just get the Coke bottle, potato, egg, add some meat, and have a nice combination. So now let's get to the real fact of what we call the combination snack. So this is gonna be great. So this one's gonna create Cheetos, chocolate, and tapioca. Man, I don't know what kind of this. I don't know. Putting your chocolate and you're not adding tapioca. I don't know, for Cheetos. I don't know if many of you know what a tapioca is, but this is so disturbing. That's what you mean. That's why I'm not gonna cook any of these things here. I don't want to burn my kitchen down like snow. But this is simply how it works. You gotta go play around with it. Look, you need IDs. I'm not gonna go deep to it because this video is getting a little bit long. But if it gets a little bit complex, let me just explain. This help the laptop or help the computer. Am I saying laptop? Help the software to connect with the HTML file. With the HTML file. Sure. So how it just connects them, it just gives an ID, because if something doesn't have a name, how can I be able to recognize it? Think about it. So if we can't recognize something, it just makes it to connect with the world of style, the world of plants, the world of that. So I don't want to get this thing so complex. That's why I'm making the video as simple as I can take it. Random, generate, you want to generate a number, give it a value. It's so simple. And this is the project. If you enjoy it, it's going to be on GitHub. And guys, thank you for being here. Enjoy the project. You can get the details going to be in the description. Like the video, do subscribe to my YouTube channel, share this video, and spread the knowledge among people who really want to learn programming. And let's see you next time.
friends, I'm Josh. I'm a programmer, speaker, and future skills activist. And today I'll be talking about the difference between Java and JavaScript. So first, Java and JavaScript have different creators. Java is created by James Gosling. I think JavaScript is created by Mocha, and JavaScript also has different names. It wasn't named JavaScript. They didn't just say, "Oh, this is JavaScript. This is the name." It was actually first named LiveScript, EmmaScript, and a different kind of name before it came to JavaScript. So JavaScript and Java are not the same. So let's talk about the other differences. Java is compiled, JavaScript is interpreted. Java is run, it goes to the Java virtual machine with 32 bytecode, and then the compiler helps you present out what you want it to do. And JavaScript works with web and HTML and CSS, and since Java does not really work with web that much. So what's another difference? Java is static and JavaScript is dynamic. Okay, so you might be asking, okay, so apart from these things, what are the differences in what you can do with them? So if you're looking to go into Java, you're looking at talking about big data, you want to go into big data, you want to use Maven, scientific computing, you want to use server-side technology, and Android apps. And if you want to go into JavaScript, you'll be working with things like HTML and CSS, web, React.js, Angular.js, and a lot of things. So the conclusion of all of this is that Java is different from JavaScript. So thank you for watching. Kindly share this video, especially with young people, to put it in perspective for them, and also to know that JavaScript and Java are different programming languages. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Joshfortech, for more informative videos on technology. Bye! Good day, people. My name is Joshua, and today I'll be talking about the basics of HTML. We're going to be going to our first episode in the web series. So, what is HTML? HTML is an hypertext markup language. It means hypertext markup language. Basically, what it does is to give a web page a structure. And that's basically what it does. And you can specify whether, today I want it to be an H1, tomorrow I want it to be a P, tomorrow I want it to be a link. HTML helps you specify what tags you want. I'll get back to tags later on, but let's first start with where HTML started from. HTML was created by Tim Berners-Lee. Tim Berners-Lee created the World Wide Web back in 1990 or 1989, between 1989 to about 1990, he created what he called the World Wide Web. And the World Wide Web has been used to create revolutionary things today. Like you have websites that you can learn, W3 Schools, Mozilla Developer Network, Yahoo.com, where you can watch news, OprahNews.com. So there are basic things that the World Wide Web has done. But how does that World Wide Web or the HTML work? HTML gets data, let's say, and then you can specify what you want to do with that data. Or that's basically the most complex way of saying it. Let's say you have text. And HTML basically allows you to give text a feeling. To allow you to know if the text at the front is supposed to be big, or the text at the bottom is supposed to be small, or the text is supposed to be curly handwriting, or supposed to be a link. So basically you're manipulating text. That's the simplest way to call it. So how do you start with HTML? How do you get into the HTML? Right. How do you start HTML? You use something we call a tag. Tags are used for XML, HTML. Why are tags used for HTML? And why can't you do without tags? Because tags specify that structure. What I mean structure, if you're just typing text on an HTML page, you have no structure. There is just text. That's what people could do before. You could have text and you could show it somewhere and people could see the text. But now HTML allows you to have that text that you have, not be able to create the structure. I keep saying structure, because that's basically what I said. That's the reason why structure is needed for a web page. You can't just have a web page that only has text to get people bored, to get people wondering what is this. It won't give it that attractive feeling. That's why CSS comes on board. But before we get to the CSS, we're not going to be talking about CSS today. But let's continue talking about the HTML. HTML tags are a lot. There are a lot of HTML tags. HTML tags enables you to have that structure. 7 times structure. To enable your web page to look different than just a plain white black text. So how does a tag look like? It looks something like this. We have a bracket, text inside, bracket, closing bracket, / text inside, bracket. If you don't get what I'm saying, later on in this video, I'm going to be showing you how the bracket looks like. So you know, oh, this is how the bracket is supposed to be. Oh, this is what it shows. How does this work? What's going to happen when you start your HTML stuff? All those stuff. I'm going to be doing it later in the video. But first, let's start with explaining what the tags are. So we have A tags, we have P tags. Now let me just give you a quick brief of what some of the tags do. P tag lets you do paragraph. A tag lets you do a link. H1 tags help you have an header, a big header. You can check all of those in Mozilla Developer Network or W3 Schools. Basically, that's all for HTML. You can take text, give it a structure, pass it out to websites, and people can view your text in a dynamic way. That's all for the web series of the HTML. HTML is very good if you want to do stuff of websites. If you want to do web page, you can't really just. I've not seen any other program that we use for doing web apart from HTML. So if you want to get on web, get using HTML, learn it. You can learn the structure. You can learn how tags work and all those stuff. So we'll get into the code where I'll show you some of the tags that we have in HTML, or basically how to start your HTML environment. I'll also be able to show your to be able to see the product of your code, how to make text show up on the screen. That's what we're going to be doing in this next section. Bye, and see you in the next section. Firstly, I'd like to thank my sister for letting me borrow her laptop. Sister Debbie for letting me borrow her laptop. Then, talk a little bit about the theories of HTML. So right now, let's get into the practicals, or the real stuff. So I'm going to be opening my notepad because we have lots of IDEs. We have Visual Studio Code, we have Notepad++, we have Sublime Text. But the reason I'm going to be using my notepad is because it's the most basic idea that anybody in this world can use. It's very simple to use. It doesn't have all this advanced setup. It's just file, save as, and that's all. I prefer that if you're an ultimate beginner, start with Notepad and nothing else, because Notepad is a good idea for beginners. Working with other big ideas that have lots of extensions and all those stuff can keep you stuck sometimes. I've been stuck sometimes on all of those ideas, so you have to know how to be able to work with your code first with Notepad before you jump to other complex IDEs. So I'm going to be creating a folder. I'm calling that folder my first web page. You can do this along with me, because we are going to be printing something. You're going to show something on the screen, and it's going to be showing the product of our own web page. So right now we have a folder. So I'm going to go into this folder, right? This is where you keep all your HTML stuff that we're going to be doing today. I'll prefer that you do it along with me. That you do this along with me, so it can flow, so that it will be easier for you to understand what I'm doing. I prefer that you don't just watch it. I prefer that you learn. Sorry, I made a mistake. So let's come here, new here, new. I'm going to be creating a TXT document. There are several ways of creating a TXT document. But the best way I'm telling you is to go to your notepad right here and then file and save it as an HTML document. So how to save it as an HTML document? You like a declaration at the end. So basically every file has a kind of declaration at the end, an extension like .txt, docx, doc. Oh, we have lots of that. We also have .html, which is the extension for HTML. We have .js, which is the extension for JS. But today we're going to be using HTML. So if you're a very beginner, the best way I know that is used mainly for all the websites. If you want to create a website and you want to have a page that people will come to at the first sight, I will prefer that you use an index of HTML because that's what the web recognizes. The web recognizes the index.html file. Why is that? The index.html file, like the station, it gives that, let's say, the web host the sense that, oh, this is the first place that I should show. So if you want to upload this little website that you have created to the web so you can see it, you can do that by doing index.html. But if you have other pages, don't name it index because those other files will now cause conjoin or con problems, kind of problems that you might have in your web page. So it's only one index.html file. Don't make a mistake of creating two. It is one index, two index, three. It's only one, and that one sends you to that first page so that the web host or the domain name can know. Oh, the domain can know. Oh wait, so this is the first page I should show when you get on that website. So that's all about index.html. So let's get into our index.html document, and I will save. Oh, sorry. Oh, it already exists. Oh, I'm in a wrong project. So let me do something. I'll get into this and I'll delete the HTML, the index.html here. Because I've been working with index.html for a long time, but I'll delete it here. And now I'll add this one here. So let's do it. Index.html. It still exists. What? Okay, I think I got a problem right now. The problem is that I can't just save it in any folder because I have a folder already has index.html inside. So I'll go to my new folder and I'll create a new folder here and I'll call it what should I call it? My web page 2. Let's just create it like this. And I'll come inside here and I'll save it as HTML. And then now we have it. We have the HTML file. This is the first step. So the domain, not the domain name. The domain recognizes this, or the web host recognizes and says that, oh, this is the first place to show. So now there's a lot of things about hosting. You can check it out on YouTube. You can check out HostGator. There are lots of hosting websites. If you want to host your website, you can check out HostGator. We have hosting that. If you want to upload this website to the web. So let's start with creating boilerplate code. So if you're working with IDEs automatically give you the boilerplate code. That's because they don't want developers to spend about 10 minutes typing out the boilerplate code. But if you're a beginner, I would advise you master how the boilerplate code looks like. Don't jump and use the easy way because easy way is not always the best way. But don't jump and start using the features in the VS Code because you have to memorize to understand what this boilerplate code, what does it mean? To be able to understand how to move with it. So first, we're talking about two things: the body, the head, and the body. The head and the body comprises the whole website. If you know what, the head is like the brain. Let's put it like that. So things that you don't see. Yes, the head is what you don't see. If you are typing your head code inside the head, in the head tag, you won't see those things come out live on the web page. And because it's just like the brain. It's like that's what is going up in here. What files are being connected to this place? Oh, is it a CSS file? All those stuff happen in the head. Now the body is not where you can see all the products, where all the tags like H1 and A are typed in. You don't type A in head. The head will not function. They'll be like, whoa, what have you given me? What did you give me? What have you given me? What? Why? Why you do this to me? Head cannot take all those tags. Head can't take all those tags because head is not meant for taking some particular types of tags. That's another story for another day, but let's continue with our bracket plate code. So right now, newest HTML5 uses this kind of syntax. We do this and doc type. This was added to HTML5. It's not exactly needed if you don't want to be working with HTML5, but this like helps point it that, oh, I want to use HTML5. Before, people didn't need this. So if you don't have any intent working with HTML5, oh, no need to type in that. But it's very important in case you want the other features of HTML, that all those new features that HTML have as right now. So I'll do HTML, okay? That HTML has right now. So HTML, okay? And then let's start it. First, we are going to type in, unfortunately, with the head, where all things that are not seen gets in, the brain of it. Oh, sorry. And we follow this kind of pattern. When I was talking about the open tag and the close tag, we follow this pattern. Bracket, head in between bracket slash. I'm very sure in the video people were confused that, oh, what is this? Why? Well, I don't understand. But right now you can see the tags face to face to your eyes. So slash head, and then get down slash body. Right now we are ready to do everything. We are ready. But that plate code actually gives you some UTF-8, meta chassis, all those stuff. But there's no need to type that. But if you're using boilerplate code like in VS Code, you will see that it's a different case. That you see all that stuff in the head. But for now, let's just work with that now. So we're going to be working with a tag in the head, which is going to print out something not on the screen but on top. I told you nothing shows on that white page that you see there. Nothing will show. So let me do it. So let me type in, what am I typing again? Title. So what is the title? Title shows at the topmost part of the page. Title is like recommending you to this website. It's a name that not many people see, but it is on top. If you don't understand, let me show you what I mean by that. The title will be, yay, first web page. Okay. Now we have done our first HTML code. So let's get into our environment. So I should go and check my project 1. Project 1 is the stuff I'm going to be using because that's the file I created. So let me look for my project 1. Oh, will it take so much time? Let me go to my project 1. Sorry. Project 1. Is that it? Project 1. The folder. Okay, I think I'm just done. Let me just go and create. Let me just go to my project 1 from my direct web page. So I'll be going there to go and find whatever that folder is. Make sure you name your folder as well, so you don't get into this kind of chat that I am in right now. So okay, so my web page 2, and we have our first HTML web page. You can see the first web page that I was talking about. This is the first thing that you'll see on the top. So now you're wondering, is it what I came for? How do you now do the real stuff? How do I see the stuff on the page? How do I do mark? How do I see text on the page? Don't worry, I'm going to get to that now. So I'm going to do something called the H1. The paragraph and text tags. We have text tags. Lots of them. We have bold, we have strong. They just give your text a feeling. Well, so I will show you those that I talked about. The H1, the bold and the strong and the A and how they look like. So let's first start with the H1. H1, which means that one. So if
if you're confused about HTML, just think about normal English. All of these have abbreviations. So that's why HTML is very easy, because all of the HTML is very similar to English. So let me type, oh, my first web page. Yeah, my first web page. Sorry, my first web page. Page. Yeah. Boom. And we got this. Wow. So this is what I was talking about, the H1 tag. Now let's experiment more. Let's see more things. So let me do H1. And let me put my bold tag in between. So my bold tag, I'll see what I mean by bold. It'll be big, fat, and good. the text will be actually, it will really look bold. So all this stuff are very, very explanatory. You want to know what it is? You just have to check what the meaning is, and you understand what it does. So let me go in here, and then I will do this, and then you see, okay, there's not really any big difference. That's because it's actually, H1 is actually extremely bold. So let me do something like H6. You will recognize the boldness there. No paragraph tag. You recognize the bold. How it's bold. Oh, sorry. I was gonna put H6 or H5. Now we can see that it's bold, but you can't really recognize it. So let me do something else. Since you can't recognize the boldness, let's do I. And you can recognize that it's slanted, to the side. So when I thought about specifying the structure, this is what I meant. If you want to specify if it's a link, you just have to find out the tag. A tag. Basically. And I'll put DODO. So A uses a tag called href, which is just to as a link. So the href is like, okay, where is this link going to? So let me put Google. Let me put wikihow.com or wikihow.com. Is that the name? I don't think that's the name, but let's try it out. So DODO. Oh, I knew it. Yep. I need to go to the website. Sorry. WikiHow. Okay, let's just use Google.com. Google.com is the one I reckon. Let's use Google.com. Boom. Sharp. Bam. So I hope you get this. So you can see all how this thing connects together when I meant structure. So I hope you enjoyed this part. I'm looking forward to seeing you in other videos. Bye.
So everyone, people, how was that section? I know we learned about the major tag, the H1 tag. We learned about how to start your your development environment. I talked about the kind of IDEs that we have that we can use. You can check out the IDE video in my channel. We also learned about the HTML tag, the head, the body. We learned a lot of these things. So thank you for watching. Do subscribe to my YouTube channel, and please press the like button, comment. Make sure you subscribe, share this video with somebody that you know, or anybody that is interested in learning the basics of HTML. Bye, and see you in the next video. Good day, people. My name is Josh, and today we'll be talking about attributes. So, when I mean attributes, I mean you're trying to add an information to a tag. Let's say you want to give a tag an ID, use attributes. Or you want to specify an image path. It means to give an image where to collect the image from, either from the web or local. Use attributes. So attributes is basically like a property that has a value. If you want to explain, let's say we all have names. You all know we all have names, name. But my particular name is my value. So Joshua, or Patience, or Luke is the value. So basically it's like, so this is how the code goes, like name equals Joshua. So basically like a container, but in that container is a value. Let's say initially you want to put an image, add an image on the screen, or want to specify the root. What I mean specify the root, I mean, let's say that you want to go to another page. So you're specifying, okay, if I click on this, it should send me to this page. I don't give you that. You can be able to do more things with your tags. Let's say you want to give an image, an SRC. There's source. Lots of attributes. We have source. We have what else? We have name. We have ID. We have class. There are lots of them. Attributes just enable you to take more control of your tag. There are a lot of attributes. We have SRC, like I said before. We have the class, the ID. We have placeholder. There are lots of tags for different things you want to do in HTML. So if you're looking for, okay, what are the more attributes and tags? What are the more attributes that you can find? You can check out W3 Schools. I'll show you how they use attributes to style, how they use attributes for a form. Just check them out. Another thing is that there are separate attributes for specific tags. Let's say you want to, I want to create an image. SRC is basically for doing an image, iframe, or audio. Or if I want to do other things like, I want to do a form. Name is for form. We have placeholder for form. We have type for form. There are lots of other things. For button, we have type. So there are, for the link tag, we have the href. So there are lots of attributes for different tags. SRC can be used for audio, video, and pictures. You can either import those pictures from either the web or your local machine. And basically, as I said, attributes just allows you to have more control of your tag. So when I said href, you were wondering, what is href? Href means hypertext reference. You're basically referencing another page. So when you click it, it lets you jump from one page to another. There are a lot of attributes for every tag. There's attributes for image tag, attributes for a tag, attributes for anything you want to do in HTML. So let's get to the next section where I'll tell you how these attributes look like, how they work with tags, and even going to do a first style. Thank you. God bless you. And let's go over to the next section.
Showing you how the attributes work. And let me get into my project first. So if you want to know where did this project come from, it was from my last video. So if what I've heard about, can you notice the attribute right here I talked about in the earlier session? It's href or href. I call it href, which is not the best way to call it. Just call it href. So this is how you can link pages to another I talked about previously. So now let's play around with more. So let's do an image. Okay. So for example, an image tag. An image tag is a tag that allows you to import images using the SRC attribute. Remember that. So let me do an image. Remember the normal tag style image. And then I will go in here, yes, right here, and I'll put something called an SRC. So SRC is short for source. If you read, it's short for source. So that you're sourcing, you're importing a file. So then I already have a picture here. So let me get that picture. Okay, let me paste here. It's a video about chicken nuggets. So what I'm going to do only is I'm just going to come right here and I am going to type in the source. So basically, I am just typing in the source of my photo. So I would recommend you make your photo this long so it can be easily ported. Don't put too much words in it, because it's just me that's doing that. Don't put too much words in your stuff. So now we've done. So let me open my Google Chrome and let's see what we got. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. Yes, this was done using what we call the attribute tags. So wow, this is getting me hungry. So as I was saying, this is what I was talking about where you could import images. So let's do one more thing. What else can I import? Let me see. Okay, let me get into this file. And when I was talking about the input name, this is what the input name was used for. So their name tag is actually a real name attribute. Is actually a real attribute in HTML. It is used for getting the name of a particular kind of tag. So, like, it's for basically used for inputs. We are doing database stuff to connect it to your MongoDB or your PHP database. MySQL database. You have to use that. So that's basically how the attribute works. I will show you more, but later on we're going to be using styles to the style attribute to do some CSS. So let me just show you what it is. Let me show you how it looks like and what it can do. So let's say I want to make my stick colorful. I'm just going to color red. Now I'm not gonna get deep into this. I'm just going to show you how the attribute works. Color red. In later video, I'll show you how the whole CSS works. That's not the most ideal way to style your tags, but it's the best way for beginners who don't understand how to link files, or there are other ways of doing CSS. There's actually a style tag that you can add there. So there are lots more. So in the next style video, we'll be talking about all of those. But right now, this is all about attributes. We talk about the src, href, and the other attributes we have. Let's say we have name, we have ID, class. So when you're using class, when I'll be talking about CSS, class has to be used mostly for, let's say, trying to link your file, to do your styles actually. So you don't just add code your styles here. You have another style file where it will be linked using a link ref. And also in that later video, we're going to be using an ID, which is Video Studio Code. So thank you for watching. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and press the like button. And bye.
Hi people, I'm Joshua. I'm a programmer, speaker, and future skills activist. And today we'll be talking about the basics of JavaScript and how it works. So first, what is JavaScript? JavaScript is a programming language used to make your website dynamic. You might have seen some website built with HTML and CSS. Some of them just look dull and you click a button and you don't see anything, or it's just plain old website with just links. But what does JavaScript do? JavaScript can give you the ability to be able to make your website dynamic and make people excited. Like when you click the button, a pop-up comes up and tells you this, or you enable voice recognition to your website. There are lots of things you can do with JavaScript relating to websites. JavaScript will be used for many things like machine learning, TensorFlow.js, which I built an image classifier on. We also have Node.js. We have Electron.js for desktop apps. We have React Native for mobile apps. We have a lot of things you can do with JavaScript. So what are the requirements that you need for the coding of JavaScript? First, you need a code editor or IDE, which you call an integrated development environment. You also will need a browser. You also will need basic understanding in HTML and CSS. So, what are the first steps in making your first JavaScript app? First, you have to write the code, which is the most important part, and then load the code, load to the browser, and then execute the code, which simply means running the code. So, write the code, the most important part, load the code, and execute the code. So, let's talk about basic things that we have in JavaScript. We have loops, functions, and conditions. There's still more things you can do. You can check JavaScript documentation. You can go to www.3schools. There are a lot of places to learn JavaScript for free. Even free code camp got some JavaScript classes. So if apart from loops, functions, and conditions, we also have libraries, and we have plugins, and we have APIs for JavaScript. So let's first start with what a condition is, the basic understanding on what a condition is. Let's say a condition is if or else. Like, if this is equals to this, okay, let me make it simpler in real life. Let's say you want to go and get some ice cream, and you had an only boy. He said that if this boy equals nothing, no ice cream for him. But if this boy is being obedient, of course, there's some ice cream for that guy. Simple. If and else. Else is that if the boy is nothing, is the if. No, but if else, that means you get some action because you're being obedient. Another thing we have is also if else, which is different. You're combining both an if statement and else statement together in one. Just merging it together, and it's good for a lot of things. And conditions are very simple in programming because you use it a lot in programming. So I conclude that conditions are not hard. It's just like an if and an else statement. Like if you click a button, it's supposed to allow something else. Just leave the blank page. And loops also just like a repetition of things all over and all over again. So thank you for watching. Kindly share this video and do subscribe to my YouTube channel for more informative videos on technology. Bye. The games. We're talking about games and how they get that and how they make their money. So first, you make a game with Unity and a real engine.